All right, let's get things going. My name is Ian. Hopefully you can tell with that avatar. That is me. I'm based out of the Chicago suburbs. My home studio is F45 Schaumburg. Getting into this topic today, really excited to get into coaching avatars. What is a coach avatar? It's a brand. It's how you represent yourself on the coaching floor, how you present yourself in class as a coach. It's a specialty. There's going to be unique attributes, and no two coaches are the same. So we're really focused on your unique individual identity with this coach avatar. A teammate, figuring out your style of coaching, how it helps your fellow coaches, how it helps your studio, as we all strive towards that overall member experience. Why does your style matter? Well, first and foremost, members have a variety of learning styles. That's the beauty of F45. Self-awareness encourages confidence and productivity, knowing your strengths and weaknesses, knowing how you can effectively communicate with that member, how you communicate with that class overall. Because members definitely will listen to you more, the more confident you sound. And then coaches can either complement each other or clash on the floor. So it's really important to know how your coaching style works for the class. As I go through all these avatars, really want you guys to think about yourself as a coach. Think about maybe some of your fellow coaches where they would fall into, and then keep an open mind. And it's totally going to be normal if you find yourself falling into a couple different avatars. Drill Sargeant, first one, no nonsense, intense personality, loud, direct, motivational. They're going to be the loudest voice in the room, especially with the mic. They have their orders, and they're going to make sure everyone follows through. It's great for those members who respond well to that tough love, whether they want to be pushed to get that extra rep in. A negative of this can be that intimidating force. To our green stars, to our trialists, that personality can be overbearing at times. Keep in mind, these are things that we want to work on as we go through. Next one we have up is going to be that athlete. Joining in the workouts as well, outside of their coaching classes. Loves to demo, shows more than tells, can be inspiring, can be very knowledgeable. People do respond well to showing that form, how to move that movement. There's a fine line of coming across as a show-off, coming across as maybe arrogant. You want to avoid defaulting to jumping in with someone to motivate them. The cheerleader is focused on encouragement, on that high energy. They have that big smile that's going to brighten up the room. Great for our green stars, great for our trialists, great for those large classes where we got Hollywood with those 27 stations going around the room. May not be enough coaching for those seasoned members that want that one-on-one at certain points of class. May not get that from a cheerleader. Now the next one here, the floater. A lot of our coaches may start out in this manner, especially if they are new to the F45 style, to group training, a drive-by coaching style. Someone that may lack some confidence is that low vocal projection. They care about the goals that our members have, but they may not be able to challenge them. They may not be able to help motivate them in that way. And that's why I'm saying this may be drawn towards some of our new coaches, our new hires, as we get them training, as they get more comfortable in their coaching style and their own confidence, they may definitely evolve into another avatar. The teacher is going to be that person that puts that big emphasis on the form, on the technique, on the overall goals of a class. We have twofold today. That's one of the big ones. This is our peak phase. So our focus on this is the peak lift, and especially with those rest stations, helping members understand the why of why we're taking that rest station. We have 4 sets that build up, with the 4th set being our peak lift, which are heaviest with our heavy reps. Overall, I'd say this is a great experience for members to help commit them to that lifestyle change, because this is something F45 itself, it is a lifestyle change. They're not going to be in here for 60 days and get out the door and be ready for whatever's next. But again, a thin line, information overload can really affect some members that aren't maybe there yet or in it to win it, to say. So almost dialing down what you're going to be producing or whatever you're going to be outputting to those members. The Yapper. A friendly face makes members feel at home when they come in through that door when they're getting ready for class. They love to talk. They love to chat. They're great at making connections. F45 group training, it's a social connection. Human beings are social beings. Having someone that's just easy to talk to helps get them in the door, helps get them back in the door as they come back. One of the detriments can be that yapping. It can be a distraction during the workout as they're going through those lifts, through movements. All right, so this is going to be the last one we're going to go through. So this is the Renegade. Not a team player, believes they are right all the time. and then lacks some of that motivation that we have as F45 coaches. So you're going to see two negatives here. You're going to see it doesn't buy into the programming, and you're going to see it projects a negative attitude. If you find yourself maybe aligning to some of these that I just listed, to not being a team player, to lacking that motivation to coach, ask yourself why. Why did you get into being a coach? Why did you get into F45? Everything from HQ is going to be programmed for a reason. Finding out our why, how you want to be coaching these members, how you want to project yourself is going to help you maybe align yourself better into one of these other avatars. Being honest with yourself as a coach. You may be different from the coach that you want to be, but seeing how you are right now as it sits. Be creative. As I said before, maybe a variation or a combination of a couple of these. I feel a little bit of the teacher. I feel a little bit of the cheerleader, which can totally be fine. Be creative with it, and then be open for it. The coach you think you are may be different from how those members perceive you, from how your fellow coaches perceive you. So really have that open mind. So with this new series, this is the broad overview. So as we get into the next session, come to this next one with an answer of what is your coach avatar. Yes, Mitch.
No, I definitely find myself being like a blend of all of these besides the last one. I'm never the renegade. Unless I'm doing a workout all by myself, then I'll change a few things up and do what I want. What I think was really cool about these avatars, I was talking to one of my coaches today, is just being intentional when you're coaching as well, right? I definitely will shift my voice, my tone, my attitude, my personality from member to member as I'm coaching them to see how they are receptive to the feedback that I'm trying to give them. Like, I'm going to go Drill Sargeant on Lisa because that's what she needs. She needs me to bark at her. But then I'm going to be a little bit more technical with Adam because he is training for something and he really wants to get this right. And I think just having that intentionality and not only blending them, but being able to switch them back and forth is super key to having a successful class.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Perfect way to put that. How you're going to have different coaching avatars for those different members and knowing which one is going to be effective for that member as they go through that workout. So that's great. Great point.
All right. Thank you so much, Ian.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.